to it. Let's get this party started. Welcome, 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 brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. We are here again Saturday evening for another preview, another chapter preview in my book, The Money Game, so Black people can win and dominate. So it takes this kind of effort, brothers and sisters, to make sure that we push, that I push, that you share this live stream with your fans, with your friends, with your influence that you have on the internet, on these social media platforms, right? You'll understand more and more if you stay plugged in to what I'm talking about here when we talk about to win and dominate at the money game. The money game part is the how-to, if you will. Stocks, bond, mutual funds, real estate, yada, 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 yada. The latest and the greatest, la, 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 right? But to win and dominate is the mind game, is the mindset. It's what's required to win and dominate. It's the mind. So, brothers and sisters, definitely share this stream. As always, we say we're not going to be long, about 10 minutes or so. Is to give you a peep and an idea of what we're talking about when we say the money game to win and dominate. And not to go over the same things over and over again each and every time I come live, but you have to get plugged in. One thing that I'm going to cover on my show that I have second and fourth Sunday on YouTube on Closing the Gap broadcast channel is more to expound, right? A commercial on TV, on the radio, in the newspaper, in print, on social media is to prick your conscience. Is to prick your conscience so you'll want to know more. And then you can further engage in the process of getting more. That is the process of learning. To prick your interest so you can be self-motivated, self-inspired, so you can want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. So that's what it's going to require in all things of learning. If you're going to be good, if you're going to win, if you're going to dominate. So understanding these types of things, brothers and sisters, will help us to be more successful. See, what I just shared with you, the process of the law of learning has nothing but everything to do with the money game. And that's what's been missing, that I've noticed over the past 44 years. What's been missing from the mainstream is giving us a more of a comprehensive understanding of what's required. Some of you all might have heard me, and I say it in my book, in the back of my book, I say it, requisite knowledge versus prerequisite knowledge, right? So we have to understand and make these distinctions. It's not something you're going to get in just passing by. It's not something you're going to get just kind of casually. You're not going to get just, being really just nonchalant about it. Not win and dominate. All right? So it's a process. That's not what I want to talk about tonight, but it's a process. But I want you to continue the process. I talk about in my book, it's going to be a lifelong learning process. You're going to have to dedicate the rest of your life to some extent if you plan on winning and dominating at anything. In particular, here we're talking about the money game, especially us as Black people in America who are brought here, not immigrants, right? Not Black immigrants, right? I'm talking about those of us whose foreparents were brought here on slave ships. We need something special. We need special consideration. We need something specific. Taking in consideration that specific experience and infusing that in the learning process, understanding the student, understanding the student's inability, to have the desire to comprehend things that others easily comprehend. That's why I say in the back of my book, it takes one of us, right, who have the knowledge of self, the requisite knowledge, to teach us and show us and help us to understand. It has to include, and it has to be motivated, if you will, with the idea and sole purpose of knowing what is in our best interest. Your best interest as an individual, your best interest as your family, your best interest as your community that you're naturally attached to. Not based on education, not based on income, not based on class. That you're before you received all those things, the education, the income, and the class. What community were you and I inherited to? And that is the Black community. And even if we don't consciously make that connection, our sojourner, our history has connected us to that community. So, brothers and sisters, you see at the bottom of the page, what I want to do for everybody that's listening live or on the replay, what I want you to do, brothers and sisters, is I want you to go to that website there at the bottom of your page. Go to that website after this live stream. If you're watching the replay, then hit pause and go to it. Go to that website, TheMoneyGameBook.com. Go there. Go there because I have something to give you. Even before you buy the book. Yes, I want you to buy the book. Yes, you should buy the book. Before you buy the book, I'm going to give you 2 free gifts. Because I've learned over the years the law of reciprocity. What you give, so shall you reap. Same thing. All right. So go to that website. You have 2 free gifts. One is an audio called The Money Game, right? Gives you an idea of what I mean when I say the money game, what you should expect in the book. The second gift we're going to have here as soon as we exceed 100 subscribers to that website. So if you have not subscribed, you have not gone to that website, it's an imperative for you to do so. If you're remote, if you've been on this, if you watch this video this long, then you're interested enough. You should do yourself a favor and go to that website, enter your email, name and email address, get your audio free gift right away. The second gift is going to be a live Zoom call with me and you. One time, live Zoom call with me and you sometime in the future. Once we exceed 100 subscribers to that website, then I'm going to send everybody an email, everybody that's on this list. This is an exclusive call just for the people on this list. So you can ask me questions. Daryl, can you expound? Can you explain? I wasn't clear. On page such and such, what did you mean by this, that, and the other? You don't have that opportunity with too many authors. Surely when you go to a book sign, and you might can slip in a question, but they're so busy trying to sign as many copies and speak to as many people as possible. Walaikum salam, Brother Damon, right? So that's what we're talking about. That's what you get when you go to that website. So definitely share this stream, go to that website, TheMoneyGameBook.com, so you can get those free gifts. And on page 2 of that website, then you'll have the opportunity to hit the button so you can buy the book. So when I have the call, the Zoom call, you can come and you have the book. You would have read some pages, a couple of chapters, if not the whole book, and be ready to ask some questions. All right. So we come here on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evening around this time just to have this conversation. If you commit to something, if you're committed, I'm talking about really committed to something, as important as learning how to win and dominate the money game, it is not a hobby. It is not something you do as a pastime. It is something that you're committed to on the level of its importance and relevance in your life. If I say something is important and relevant way up here, but my commitment is way down here, they're not congruent. They're not congruent. If I say the money game is important up here, then my actions are down here. Then you're gonna play at the money game at this level. All right. So, brothers and sisters, what we want to talk about tonight comes out of chapter 1. There's 19 chapters in the book, a bonus chapter. There's a pledge in the back of the book. There's resources in the back of the book. A lot of good things in the back of the book. A lot of good things in this book. Right? The book is about money, but not really. Because I've learned over the past 44 years, most things of relevance is not what they appear to be. It's always much, much more. All right? Always much, much more. See, it's the little things. It's the little things. Right? The white man says the devil's in the details. Yeah, that's true. That's where you'll find him. In the details. The devil hides behind the details. The little small details. Right? Things that you don't see. It's hard to see. You can't see, like they say, with the naked eye. It takes the third eye, the conscious eye. It takes the conscious eye. So tonight, chapter number 1, we're going to talk about ignorance of the law is no excuse. Now, that's a term I heard many years ago. Some of you have heard that term before. The way that I've heard it was as far as the law is concerned, the law of the land, right? Running a stop sign or whatever the case may be, right? The law, the judicial law, right? That's a saying within judicial law, if you want to call it. I don't know what you call the law, right? Just because you don't know robbing a bank is illegal, you still going to jail. Just because you don't know jaywalking is illegal, you can still get a ticket. That's what that means. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Meaning just because you don't know a law exists does not excuse you from the consequences of violating that law. Everything in God's universe operates by laws within laws. Right? Especially every natural thing, every plant, every organism, every human being, every fish, every bird, we follow certain laws of life, laws of existence, laws of matter, right? In order to exist. So just because, brothers and sisters, you and I do not understand or do not know the laws that are associated with winning and dominating at the money game does not excuse us from not being able to reach that level. It does not excuse us. It's not even an excuse. Well, you should know. You can find out. It's out here. I'm sharing it with you. Others share it with you. Right? We live in an information age, brothers and sisters. There's no excuse for not learning. The only way we don't know is if because we don't want to know. All of us have a cell phone in our hand, a smartphone. That's the information that we can retrieve from our smartphones. Nobody in the history of the world with the device that we hold in our hand, because I know some of us know history and you know, know about the science of the mind and what we did thousands of years ago, right? With the power of our mind. So devices that you hold in your hand, technology in your hand, not technology in your brain, technology in your hand. Prior to this modern time, we have not had as much information easily accessible to everybody who has that device in their hand. So there is no excuse for us not knowing whatever it is that we want to know. And we don't have to put forth a lot of effort to learn it. You don't have to go to the library anymore. It's in your hand. It's all in our hands, brothers and sisters. So there's really no sympathy for not knowing in an information age society. There is no reason for not learning and not knowing in an information age society, which means there is no excuse for you and I not to know something that we say it's important, that we say we want to know, that we say that we want to win and dominate in. See, the law of the universe responds to action, responds to energy. So just because we don't know what it takes to win and dominate at the money game, that is no excuse for you and I not knowing, not pursuit of knowledge, pursuing knowledge. If it takes you 6 months to discover the key to your success, it's worth every month that it took. So it matters not how long it takes. What matters is if you're going in the right direction and you're fast enough to reach your destination before the end of time. And that's a whole process within itself, but it can be shortened by you and I being intentional enough, purposeful enough, intelligent enough to be able to get through the noise of the information age. And that's what I want to bring to you, brothers and sisters, to help you get through the noise. That's only going to take us so far as Black folks in America, descendants of slaves. We need something special for us. If someone has a unique disease, a unique cancer, yeah, chemo may help them. But to the extent that it is unique, it needs something different from all the other treatments that's going to specifically be designed to take care of that specific cancer germ, or whatever it is. See, this is what we have to understand. And once we have this level of understanding, then we'll know, okay, I need something with this ingredient in it that's going to take care of this particular issue that I know I have. All right. So chapter 1, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So just because we don't know what it takes for us to win and dominate at the money game, and let me tell you something, brother and sister, it does not have a dollar amount. I make 300,000. I make 400,000. So what? Steph Curry and them, how much they make per year? 20 million? So what are we talking about? What we make in a year, they make in an hour, in a day. Right? So when it comes to money, brother and sister, you got to understand it's all relative. It's just a number. It's a number. It's so we can quantify something. 1 glass, 2 glass, 3 glasses, 4 glasses, 5. It's so we can quantify. We're the ones that add value. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Ooh. See, so understanding that there's laws, certain things that have to be done in a certain order in order to get the end result that you want. Well, what are those, Brother Darrell? What are those? It depends. It depends. Where are you? Where are you trying to go? How much time you have? What are you trying to achieve? What kind of income are you trying to achieve? What kind of debt should you acquire? What kind of debt you should eliminate? See, it's relative. It's not a shoot from the hip. It's not a one-trick pony. It's not a one answer question. See, I learned this as a stockbroker, financial advisor for 2 major Wall Street firms. If you're gonna be responsible, then when it comes to money or anything, then you have to be precise and specific to that particular person's need, aspirations, desires, goals. So it's not something that you can just hear from the radio. Oh, that's a good investment. I'm gonna do that. Or online. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna do that. And you want to get on that email list, themoneygamebook.com, brothers and sisters, because I'm telling you, this book is the launch of something that we're gonna do in our community that's going to be very, very, very special. It's going to be very, very, very different. And I can tell you it's going to be very, very, very selective. Very selective, Brother Damon, very selective. But you have to get on the list. You have to participate. You have to engage. And you have to join us through this process that the Money Game book has launched. And it's just going to build momentum with your help. It's going to build momentum and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we'll have some things, and I'm going to show you more later. Some of it's going to be shared on my show. Okay? So you want to plug in, brothers and sisters. Here, let me finish by saying this. This is how I choose who I read, right? Who I get mentorship from, who I get coaching from, right? Who I tap into. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Brandy, right? Who I tap into. Everybody there's a lot of good information out there. A lot of good trainers, a lot of good coaches, a lot of good mentors, a lot of good education. So how do you choose out of all the good stuff? Because it's all good. You can't go wrong. When it comes to who I connect with, not what, not the information, not the what, the information, but who I connect with, who I learn from. Something has resonated in my spirit, right? Something in my spirit beyond the information has to strike me to as, okay, I'm feeling, well, that's what we say, right? I'm feeling this person. I'm feeling where they're coming from, right? And as little as some of us may know, that feeling, intuition is very real when it comes to winning and dominating the money game. Once you start studying or get further down that rabbit hole and watch and recognize those that are really, truly winning and dominating, you'll be surprised how non-technical it is. How it's not always here's what you do, here's what you do, here's the strategy, here's the technique, here's the investment, here's the stock, here's the bond, here's the mutual. You'll find out, oh, okay, it's more to it than just this. That's what I learned working for 2 major Wall Street firms and in my further studying. This thing is not what the masses of people think. And others know that. Others share that within their private groups. See, I'm sure we have those private groups. There's 40 million of us, surely. But obviously, we're not winning and dominating to the extent where it's a ripple effect through our community. Do you see it? I don't see it. And it's off time because the opposition is so entrenched. The opposition is so strong. The opposition is so organized. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said an organized lie is more effective than disorganized truth. So, by God's grace, the Money Game book.com, we're putting together a group of people that's about this life, about winning and dominating for themselves, their family, but most importantly, our community. Because it's time now. The only way you don't see the economic and political and social environment of America is because you're purposely turning your head, looking the other way, or you have your head in the sand. TheMoneyGameBook.com. That's right, Sister Brandy. Thank you. Sister Brandy been with me for a long time. We used to co-host a show together called Black Wealth Empowerment. Right? So, brothers and sisters, on that note, good segue. All right. So that's the message for tonight. Get the book. Go to themoneygamebook.com. You see it there in IG. And it's at the bottom of your screen everywhere else. Brothers and sisters, join me every second and fourth Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube. I have my own show now. It'll be episode number 3 coming up. The Money Game Show. Right? The Money Game so black people can win and dominate show. The Money Game Show. Every second and fourth Sunday, Sunday, every second and fourth Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Closing the Gap broadcast channel on YouTube. On YouTube, brothers and sisters. So go there, subscribe, hit the notification. You'll be notified on all their shows. It's like a television network. Different programs, different shows, different days of the week, right? I have my day, and somebody else have their day. The Rockwell Show has his, and what Angela Healing, she's on during the week. And tonight you have the actual host of broadcast, Closing the Gaps on every Saturday. And so then the youth are going to come back. They're going to start having shows. And the Hispanic community is going to start having shows. So this thing is really, 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 really building out, brothers and sisters. Really building out. And I'm honored to be there. And I want you to be my guest and come here because I learned through network marketing, every event, every opportunity is an opportunity for you to add knowledge, because all knowledge cannot be shared once or twice or 3 or 4 times. That's why I say in the book, the money game, the winning diamond, is a lifelong commitment. Lifelong commitment, brothers and sisters. That's what it is. All right. So join us there. We're going to have a special guest coming up Sunday, not tomorrow, but the next Sunday, the second Sunday of June, 4th Sunday of June, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Closing the Gap broadcast channel on YouTube. But says you want to be there, right? I talk about it in this book. Where attention goes, energy flows, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So go to that website, get on the list, get your free gifts, help me exceed 100 subscribers to that email list, that website there. Once I do, then we'll schedule the second free gift, which is a private Zoom call with me and you, because it's not about me. It's about us, me and you and I, so we can talk about the book. I can expound on the book. You can ask me questions about ideas and concepts in the book and how to use it in your life, in your family's life, in our community. All right? So that's what it's about. We went a little bit over, almost 30 minutes. Brothers and sisters, thank you for being here. God willing, we'll see you Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. All right? And Sunday, next Sunday, on YouTube. The Money Game Show on YouTube. As always, we'll see you at the top. Not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our Black community deserves your and my very best. Until next time, brothers and sisters, thank you for being here. Assalamu alaikum. All right. Let's go. Thank you, Sister Brandy, Brother Damon. Thank you. See y'all Tuesday, inshallah.